Right, good morning everybody. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up, Jared? How are you?
Always getting yourself.
Good, bro. I was sneaky this morning making the the YouTube title Jerome Powell live. Let's see how many people join today. Oh shit. Pretty
So
interesting.
funny, bro.
Get some of the crypto gang in here.
Oh, bro, for a rave, dude, you should put like your
I should actually
background.
just
You should get a photo of Jerome Powell for the background.
yeah, fuck. I didn't even realize you were speaking this morning. I don't know if this was just added. Um
No, he wasn't scheduled to speak today.
I don't think he was, eh?
No, he definitely wasn't. I can tell you that for their fact. Dude, it would be a flipping rave if you got a hat and where the Monster Money logo is was Jerome Powell's face. You would laugh, eh?
That would be funny. We should
You,
get one
dude,
of
I think
those.
we actually, yeah, we need to speak to Nico, bro. Oh, that's so funny, dude.
Yeah, if I knew I was speaking now and while I'm streaming, I would have maybe done like a nice thumbnail or something. Because normally
Yeah.
these
Oh,
streams where he's speaking, there's many people who watch those streams, you know. And I
yeah.
mean, I even
We
went and
should,
searched this morning to see if there is something. I don't see anything here, but we should get headlines, I'm sure. Um, yeah. So
we should
anyway,
go.
yeah.
Sorry, see, we should go on that stream if he has it. If we end up do find it, then just be like, go check out on the AU stream. Self promotion. Cool. Let's just. I'm gonna mute you.
No, no
Stream
worries.
thing.
Make trading great again. What's up, guys? Good morning, everybody. Let's get into it here. So, main thing to really touch on today is Jerome Powell is speaking today. But I mean, he's been quite vocal as of late. I don't see anything new coming into the picture here today. Yesterday, we had the Euro Central Bank Central Banking Forum, and we had all of these central bank head speakers talking yesterday. Jerome Powell spoke as well, just touching on the fact that they would need to raise rates higher for longer. The whole thing was very hawkish. I actually had a chuckle when they first started the conference, because I think it was Lagarde came out and she just said straight away, like, we are going to raise rates more. Basically, J Powell, like, she literally just straight out came, said, we are going to raise rates more. Bank of England is going to raise rates higher. Bank of Japan might even change their monetary policy. Like, it was just hawkish through and through. And we can see it didn't have a major impact. You know, I think we already knew that the Fed was looking to raise rates more. And I think it's quite well known that inflation is still high for some of these countries, and that rates will need to be raised and held higher for longer. So we did see, eventually we saw this move down. Looking at the DXY here, you can see dollars just nice and strong after, you know, I think, where was the FOMC? FOMC was sometime mid-June, and we still moved down here on dollar, but I was saying that this looks more like price setups. And, you know, we can see that structure starting to shift bullish. We formed higher highs, higher lows, and this is what I was talking about yesterday. And obviously with the hawkish statements, you know, that's just holding the dollar quite strong here. Also good data this week for the dollar, so just overall looking quite good. Taking some of that demand out of gold and just simply straight bearish. So what I would like to see here today is I would like to see some sort of pullback to retest 1907 at least. Looking on the 4 hour, that's our previous support there. But this current or should I say the previous 4 hour candle did close below the support. If you get a break of these lows, you might start to see some impulsive move down. And what I didn't really have a look at when I came to do my markups is that this 1905 level is quite a significant level. You could see these rejections here yesterday, and we formed a resistance there. So basically a break and retest of that level. But what I was looking at was these wicks at 1903. I'm thinking now if we do get breaks below there, that you may get a nice move. But like I say, as of late, these impulse entries just haven't been, they haven't had the follow through. So I would actually rather wait to see a break and retest. You can see we've got nice structure here on the 15. So rather going to be patient. And if we do break below here before London open, then that's fine. Same ideas as yesterday, really. Yesterday we did get like a minor pullback, took those sells, ended up managing risk on those sells just because of the way the 15-minute candles were printing. But the idea was valid, and we did eventually come down into some of the targets here, 1905. Guys who are saying gold was bullish yesterday, I'm not going to say anything along the lines of I told you so. There's probabilities that price could have gone up, and I know that, you know, after I managed my risk, some guys in the chat said, "Yeah, I told you gold is bullish, gold is bullish." I said, don't speak too soon. Looking at the higher time frames, gold is bearish, dollar is strong. You know, I'm still very much bearish here, but just in this particular trade, I'm going to manage my risk based off what price is telling me. So don't get too hasty. Just like yesterday, I'm not going to be looking for buys from these lows. You know, if we are failing to break 1903, it does make sense for us to get a pullback this morning. But I'm not really interested in the buys. I would like to see that pullback play out, look for a resistance, and look for the sells. We could even come all the way back up to 1913, where I could potentially adapt to buys if we are breaking above there. But for now, straight bearish. Those buys would probably only take place this afternoon if that were to happen, if there was some fundamental reason to see demand here in gold. But right now there isn't. So yeah, just looking for these pullbacks to retest 1907, our previous support on the 4 hour and hourly. We've already had a move down and some sort of structure forming here, resistance on the 30. But like I said, I'd like to see a cleaner retest of 1907. 1910 is just these lows from last week. And then 1913 is just like this range, the top of the range here, where we saw nice sell-offs from yesterday. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for. GJ, just touching on GJ real quick. So yeah, I just drew this trend line in yesterday for like a visual representation, but overall, look, you know, you had this kind of, I don't want to say impulsive move down, but you have had a move down. I know guys are rushing for these sells, I know it, but I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. unless there's some fundamental change from the Bank of Japan, looking to change their monetary policy, you just got to ride the wave here. Don't try to get clever. I was expecting maybe to see pullbacks down to 180, but that you might see like in the beginning of the new quarter. So last couple of days of the quarter here, quarter two. Yeah, just keep an eye out for that, but don't chase these sells. In fact, if I were actually looking to take trades on GJ, I would ignore this move down and look for the buys to set up. I would not be taking any sells here on GJ. If you are taking sells, understand that it's more from like a scalping perspective. Short term. Strong USD because of increased interest rates. Will Powell gives more backup on this? Yeah, Johnny Lon, I don't think he's going to bring any new information, to be honest with you. If he does say anything hawkish like that, if he does say yes, they are looking to raise rates more, sure, it could bring strength to the dollar, but he's already said all of this. I think you would need to bring some new information for it to really hold much weight. So it's going to be interesting. As far as I know, this was an unscheduled event, but I think maybe while he's just in Europe, he's doing some conferences, you know. But like I say, I couldn't see him saying anything new at this Bank of Spain conference, so we'll see about that. Let me remove these arrows. I know what I'm looking for here. So when it comes to news events or speeches like this, we also just need to set expectations. And Fed Chair Powell, when he speaks, of course, the markets listen. But like I say, if he's saying the same old thing, what are the chances that there's going to be any major movement? I think it's quite low. But overall, I mean, gold is looking, if we do get a pullback resistance form, we're looking pretty good to continue down here. So just riding this trend, hopefully whatever he says will just feed into that dollar strength as well. But not expecting anything insane. GJ tricky because Japan government could step in and intervene. Yeah, that's another thing. With the yen at such lows, I think if you are trading any yen pairs, just be careful of that. You don't know when that could come in. Yeah, yen is like free falling here. So yeah, we could potentially see some more interventions there from the Bank of Japan. For now, if you are looking to take trades on GJ, you know, it's just straight buys. You don't want to predict one of these interventions, but like I say, it could definitely happen. Yeah, yen is super weak. until it happens, stick to the trend 100%. But use a stop loss, guys. If you're trading GJ, use a stop loss. For the love of God, please. Because when those interventions come in, jeez. If and when they come in, I don't know if it will be as violent as last year, but there was just that one day that went crazy. 1 or 2 days here. It's ridiculous. I think inevitably though, if the Bank of Japan does do interventions and they're not actually changing their monetary policy, then inevitably it's just going to lead to some price setup. So, you know, let's say they did an intervention right now, probably going to see us come down to like 180, and then if we're failing to break here, just grabbing orders. Depending on the impact of that intervention, you could inevitably just like snap back up to the highs. I mean, this last year just ended up being like a liquidity grab. We were sitting at like 162, came all the way down into 150 flat. Just a very significant level. Also looking to the left, I know that was an area of interest. Yeah, you can see here. So even if they do an intervention, you know, I think GJ would still be bullish. It's just, you're going to get some very violent downside movement. Which, like I say, could inevitably just set up for more buyers if the Bank of Japan's not actually changing their monetary policy. Last time Japan intervened was when UJ hit 145. Let's have a look here. Yeah, and we're right there. We're right at 145. So I wonder if they'll do the same thing here. Why is Powell speaking at this time? It's midnight hours over here in the States. Makes no sense. He's in Spain. He's in Europe at the moment. Stop trading GJP, it's too slow. Yeah, GJ can be slow, but it's not always slow. It has its days. That's why, you know, I've recently cut GJ out from trading pairs. I just trade gold now. Still, you know, keeping an eye on it and that, but I'm very selective with my GJ trades. While I was still trading it, like through this year, I've been very selective with the GJ trades, and it paid out very well. Most of the trades I took on GJ were very good because I was just being so extremely selective. But you know, most days it's actually moving quite slow, and it's kind of just a distraction from gold. to be honest. I like gold a lot. Bro, you look like a smaller John Cena. Thanks. Lovely, James. Good stuff, bro. Yeah, that is clean. Nice. Sure, you've mentioned it before, but do you trade full-time as your main source of income? Yes, I do. Yeah, I think someone asked yesterday as well. We have the memberships, or mentorship, should I say. But, you know, that's still very new, not bringing in much. But that's pretty much my only other source of income. So just ranging here on gold right now. Got 10 minutes till Powell speaks. We'll keep an eye on headlines for that. Got GDP later today. And you got core PCE tomorrow for the dollar. It's going to be an interesting rest of the week. Sitting at quite significant lows here on gold. You know, at some point, being at such lows, maybe as we come down into 1900, we could see a deeper pullback at some point. But for now, just sticking to the sells. We're still very much bearish here. Printing new lows. That's just really funny. The story on Monster Money Trading RG. Oh shit. Regular backtesting or forward testing on half charts. Sorry about that. I do prefer actual putting in trades. It's easier to do it back testing on a demo, testing a strategy, but actually performing under the pressure is what will, make you a better trader, I think. So I think if you are finding a new strategy, or maybe you're wanting to refine your strategy, let's say, backtesting simulations are definitely powerful because you can go through a lot of data, but then it's just a matter of actually executing on it. So that's when the forward testing comes in. So I think they are both important. I haven't done backtesting for a very long time, but recently, over like the last week or so, I have done a little bit of backtesting, and I have somewhat refined my strategy from that. I think it is very beneficial. We also do backtesting sessions with the members on a regular basis, so that's nice. And then we're looking at different things, like I say, just trying to refine the process, see if there's anything we can do better. Otherwise, sometimes it's just practice. Like I say, the one benefit of backtesting is you can go through so much data in a session. A mixture of both will give the best results. Yeah, I think that's true. From a technical perspective, gold looks very good to bleed. Yeah, it does. I'm antsy to just have sell stops on the break of these lows, I won't lie. But like I say, with the breakouts lately on gold, they just haven't had much of a follow through, and I would like to see a deeper pullback still. Right now, it looks like it may not give that deeper pullback. You may start to see that impulsive move down, just like we saw yesterday, actually, in and around the same time. But then I'm waiting for the same thing that I was waiting for yesterday, waiting for that pullback, and I would take that same setup as yesterday. Even though I ended up having to manage risk, I would take the same setup again and again. And you know what? The trade ended up playing out. Like I say, just based off the way the candles were printing, I could see that volume was low. Probabilities of driving down at that time were lower, and I managed my risk. So very happy with the trade yesterday, the management and everything. Yeah, it would have been a nightmare to sit through that anyway. But the idea was there. The price action played out. So like I say, starting to see that impulsive move down here. Let's see if the 30-minute candle closes below this support here, and then just going to see what the next 15-minute does before London open. If we could see something like this, I just want to draw this out real quick. So let's say this 15 closes nice and bearish like this. Next 15 just sits here, something like that. Then on the next candle would be London open. 15 minutes? No, it wouldn't. It would be 15 minutes before London open. But I wouldn't mind seeing a setup like that on the 15. So stop loss. Otherwise, just a break. We can get an impulsive move down here, but then see if we retest 1903. Probably will get like a 10-20 pip push now on the break of these lows. But that's not really what I'm looking for. Not to say 10-20 pips isn't enough. But yeah, moving away from that kind of impulse entry breakout style, looking more for the pullbacks. Because that's what we're seeing a lot of nowadays during London session at least. He didn't even close below that support really on the 15. He did close nice and bearish on the 30-minute, and you know, if that previous bullish 30 was forming support, essentially, you know, you've closed below that support. Setup looks good on the 30. If you break these lows now, I could see a push down here, but Jerome Powell is speaking now, and you have 30 minutes till London open. I definitely wouldn't take any sort of impulse break of the low here. would still like to see pullbacks to 1907 or 1910. Guys, give me 2 minutes, I'll be back now. FX, sorry. FX trend killers. Man's definitely from SA. What's up, bro? Monthly setup for gold. Jared, what are you talking about? Stefan, I can't say well done, bro. I don't think that's a good thing to do. But that's just my opinion. Count flipping is not a sustainable way to trade. Hey, what's up with GJ? GJ very much bullish here. I'm currently not trading GJ, but if I were, I would be sticking to the bars here. I don't know if guys are using trend lines or what you're looking at. I don't know how you're looking at this. I know I had this in yesterday and we've broken out of this, but still, guys, GJ is very bullish. Come down into just shy of 182, finding support. We could very well move back up to these highs, slowly but surely. I want some mentorship. There's the link, bro. There's a 7-day free trial, so if you sign up now, you can be a part of the membership, mentorship. 7 days free of charge. See what it's about. I'm sure even if you don't follow through, you'll take away something in those 7 days. Even over the weekends, you're active. We're doing back testing. We'll do a psychology webinar this weekend for the end of the month. Or probably either that or a monthly review. We'll go over some of our trades, what we could have done better. Always a lot to take away from those monthly reviews. Well, bro, it's money, but I guess you're right. Bro, it's money, but I don't want to say it's not about the money. It's about sustainability. Something I've said before is like with funded accounts, because this is something I encountered with funded accounts, is you can do all the wrong things and get a really big payout or have a really good month. But now you've instilled those bad habits, you've rewarded those bad habits, and even if you make Stefan, I know you're from South Africa, so let's say you make 500k, say you make half a mil, bro, I promise you that is not worth the time and lessons that you're going to have to go through to get yourself back on the right path. The sooner you stop habits that are destroying your trading and focus on habits that are sustainable, you'll see major improvements in your trading. I think you have to stop rushing as well, because the whole thing about account flipping is you want money now. Because when you flip an account, you're doing it over a couple of days or weeks, right? This is a long-term game. The big guys are looking at months, quarters, years. $100 in trading made the right way, I think, is worth more than 100,000 doing all the wrong things. Because once you instill those bad habits, you'll lose that 100,000 anyway. I truly believe that. So we actually did break those lows, and yeah, now we are pulling back. So typical London session stuff here on gold right now. Let's see if we get that deeper pullback above 105. If we see volume, we might even get the pullbacks to like 1910. But like I say, not really interested in these moves up. I would rather wait for us to get that pullback, form resistance, set up for the sales. That setup might only come like after Asian close. So right now, looking like I'm not too sure if I'll even get a position this morning. But we'll see how London opens up if we get some volume.
I mean, the break of those lows was tough. I came back hard.
Yeah,
But
like
I
I
mean,
say,
it's what we saw yesterday as we
mm,
literally saw this move. So to do it again is just, no, it's not the smartest thing to do.
yeah, like I say, right now this is like typical London session stuff. You'll break a low and you'll pull back. So that's what I've seen as of late, is just waiting for some sort of deeper pullback. And even if you do get the breaks, for instance, below 1903, waiting for a retest is probably a good call. I don't know when last there was like just a nice, clean, straight impulse move on gold.
I mean, we really used to get it. Geez, those impulse moves were like bread and butter, but there was volume for that. And even though
Yeah,
we are moving down, we're like, encroaching down. We're not like moving up. We're like stepping down slowly, slowly, slowly. It's just not amazing moves for impulse sellers at all.
yeah, like you said, that used to be bread and butter, but I don't know what it is, bro. There's definitely
Uh,
volume. It's not like there's no volume. I mean, when was this? Tuesday? 150 pip move there, NYSE. 200 pips up, 200 pips down. It's not like there's no movement. But London session has just been quite flat lately as well.
but I mean, if you go and take what we've seen as of late compared to previous months, sure, we've had these moves are just nothing compared to what there has been. And I think, understanding that and taking our foot off the gas in these periods is so incredibly vital. Um,
Yeah,
like it's just really not looking good volume wise from like a 4 hour perspective. We're just ranging, we're moving down so slowly. Bearish candles are followed by bullish ones, pulls back. Just not getting those great moves. And when they are, they're just sporadic. So to take our foot off the gas, it's definitely not a bad way to provide it.
yeah. Where you from? South Africa? Gold was disgusting yesterday. Yeah, gold was choppy yesterday. Fuck. Yesterday was disgusting. Terrible. Um, Most of those moves are from red folder news as well. Yeah, that's true. Um, if you are zooming out here, most of these like cleaner moves are from either red folders or are happening later in your session. Gold sows. What does that mean?
Which is like cop. Oh wait, no, sorry, you need to put a P there. The gold suppose. I don't think you wanted to type it out. So, yeah. I was thinking like, no, wait, that's
Big
another option
4H
points
candle
later.
closed below 1901. Is that clean traffic? What do you mean, bro? If a candle closes below 1901, are you saying is there clean traffic to the left? I think there's clean traffic down to like 1890 on the 4 hour. Essentially, basically, like this is clean traffic, I would say. But you don't want to get taken away thinking that we're going to fill this whole range. You know, you're only going to fill a range like this. Okay, not necessarily, but it may be slow, you know. It may be a slow process. You may see pullbacks within this move down. So I don't expect this range to get filled in like a day. If you don't have that volume, it's not going to fill the range in a rush. And also you've got like a 1900 here, which is just a psychological level. You may see your actions there. Also end of the quarter, you may start to see some profit taking from the sellers. Might see some deeper pullbacks like I was talking about at these lows. We may even see pullbacks to like 1940 to start out the new quarter. Before moving down to 1890. But right now you've got a strong dollar, now strong bearish trend on gold. I mean, you just want to stick to the sells there for now. Now gold kind of choppy because deep pullback. Yeah, you don't want to predict a deep pullback. If we bearish here and if there's volume, you could still get like clean moves down to 1900. But that's one thing I just want to be aware of coming into the end of the month, end of the quarter, being at such significant lows. I could still see us coming down into like 1900 or 1895. Just be careful. If we're sitting at these lows on Friday afternoon, gold does some crazy things on a Friday if you're sitting at lows. Let's just go back here on an hourly and have a look. So this was Friday, not quite afternoon, but you were at quite significant lows here, 1910, and you had like a 250 pip pullback on the Friday, and then seen it time and time again. Yeah, that was a Friday where you were at highs, and then your New York session you just melted. Here's another example. Friday at lows, and then this was like London close, just straight 200 pips, 250 pips, impulsive move up. You know, so those are the kind of things that I want to be careful of coming into the end of the month. But I think you'll probably see that like tomorrow afternoon. Same story here. Came into these lows on a Friday, 200 pips up. So yeah, that's something that I've seen a lot of. And yeah, like I say, right now, you are at quite a low point where we could see plenty of profit taking, lining up great for the end of the month. In fact, that might be something that I would look at tomorrow, is if we are finding that support coming into New York or NYSE, probably keep an eye out for those bars. London open in 8 minutes. Jared, do you want to play a quick game of chess? I don't see anything happening here right now.
Yeah, I'm down, man.
Like I said, even if we get this... yeah, please do.
I got my money on Jared.
That's what I like to hear.
Jeez. Hope he's gonna
Sorry,
blow the
God.
game today.
Fuck. Don't say
It's
that.
actually probably gonna be a close one. Let's see.
What is this?
The chess game.
Yeah,
White is poor player.
What is it? Fuck you too, dude. I'm trying, okay? That is as we make it look.
I still think we should do like some sort of chess tournament sometime here on the YouTube.
Yeah. I sent you an invite. You should get it.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I'm down, man. Yo. Even if we did on the Discord.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Let me see. There we go.
And then winner gets a free month or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. What is
Winner gets a free week.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that was the funniest thing, you know, like I've ever experienced. Okay.
What is that?
White is a poor player. Dude, it's still that dude. Please stop disturbing me. We'll live rent free in my head for the rest of my life. Jeez.
Wait, what is that about again?
When that guy
in the
came into
chat. It is in
stream
the
and then he
chat.
asked Wayne, yeah. Oh, dude, it was so fun. You.
Yeah, no.
Dude. I don't think I'll ever let Wayne live that down, dude. Okay? The way he's disturbing our subscribers.
Wayne, please don't do that again.
Gosh. Yeah, no, mate. Last warning, bro. Last warning. We would have called it a day with our relationship, Wayne, if you disturbed one of our patrons like that. Oh, dude.
Just for anyone wondering, I'm not in a rush to take anything on gold. We're just consolidating right now. Even if we do get like an impulsive break below 1903 coming into London Open, I'm still just going to wait for some sort of retest. Three minutes is too quick, bro. Why didn't I just take the bishop?
It's also when you're going to fly.
Go for Jared.
Let's go, Jared.
Exactly. That's what I like to hear, Mr. Cookles. Yeah.
Jared. Leave me alone.
I'm coming for it all, bro. Yeah.
Yo, the time is so tight here. This is just about who moves the fastest now.
Oh, wait.
Oh no. This is getting tight, bro.
Dude, don't say that, bro. Make you anxious.
I'm getting stressed. I'm not even in the game.
Dude, it happens. Oh. We've got a plan, boys. We've got a plan.
What's your plan, Jared? Give away all your pieces.
Jared, come
You're
on,
gonna see
man.
that. Dude, just I don't do well under pressure, okay?
Jared, preserve your capital, bro.
And this time, this
Surely
time Black is a poor player. Oh, fuck it, I'm 20 seconds left. Oh, goodness.
Jared,
This is not good, bro.
Oh no.
Fuck, I hate this game so much.
Can I get a
guys.
checkmate?
No, I didn't. I would rather
I
die.
come into these games
You're
backing
getting
you every
checked.
time, dude.
Dude, Corky, you keep betting on the loser, bro. It just doesn't. You betting
I'm trying to
against
give
the
you hope,
trend, bro.
dude.
It's not good that you bet against the trend, bro.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. I just have to move so quickly, bro. Oh, fuck.
No, you
But it's
bullshit, Jared.
basically. Now, I was basically winning there towards the end. You think about it.
But you
No
basically
ways.
lost.
No way,
Nah,
Jared.
dude,
You
it
threw it
can't.
away when you gave away all your pieces.
Dude,
I
Fuck
think
it.
you were winning like throughout, and then it just fell apart at the end.
Dude, I was literally like, okay, cool. I'm chilling. All is good here. Then Connor's like, oh, it's a race. We've got such mentality. Fuck. That's so great. Everything. Oh, that was not good.
Man, we're in full margin.
Yeah. Gee. Oh, dude, I started doubling up on losses.
Yeah.
Yo, but I was hunting you with my horse, eh?
Your horse.
Yeah.
Morning Tar, what's up? Connor, I think it wants to go up for now. It has already yesterday's lows 4 times. Already touched yesterday's lows 4 times. I don't know. I don't think that means too much. But I am very aware that we could get pullbacks at these lows. And I actually would like to see pullbacks to set up for the sells today. But if we are breaking below this area now this morning, I could see us moving down into 1900. I'm not going to take like impulse entries or anything on the break of these lows. This current hourly has no top wick. Previous hour candle closed bullish, showing signs of rejection here. Although there's still a lot of bearish momentum, like I say, once we break these lows, we may just start to push here. So I'm going to wait possibly for 9:30, see what's happening at 9:30. If there's no setups, then probably call it a day, but right now, not looking amazing. GJ breaking above that minor resistance there. So yeah, here on GJ, you maybe just want to see a retest of that level. See if we can continue moving up. Maybe even come back down into 182. Grab a bit more liquidity. Why do my arrows do that? Struggling at these lows, but there's no buy setups. Yeah, I'm not interested in the buys at these lows. If you were to take buys, I would probably want to see at least like a break and retest above 105. But then you're still just anticipating to see a pullback to set up for sells. Bitcoin? Oh, look, here it is. I knew it would happen. I knew it would happen. Hey, Jared, what did I say?
Oh, I know, did you? J Powell, the Bitcoin experts came to chat today. But we welcome every trader from every background. We don't discriminate here at Monster.
Bitcoin, bro, there's only one answer to that. To the moon. Not? Isn't that what you guys say?
Dude, 100%. To the moon.
To the moon. Shorting the DXY.
Jesus,
Good luck, soldier.
shorts.
Fucking hell. You got some big balls in
Imagine
you,
shorting
bro.
the DXY and buying Bitcoin at the same time. I think that's the answer to get rich quick.
I'd even short the DXY. Do brokers offer DXY as a trading pay? Or like to trade DXY?
I don't think so.
I don't
No,
think
you
so.
have to hedge it against something.
Did you say hedge? Oh shit. So yeah, this has been my Bitcoin analysis for some time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I would have still liked to have seen deeper pullbacks here. I wouldn't trade crypto, but as an investment, yeah. That's actually why I had this analysis out. I think if we're breaking and holding above like 32k, I'll maybe start to put some money in. But I took my money out quite early last year. Not that I had a whole lot of money in crypto. Man, fuck crypto. Why am I talking about crypto?
Yeah, I don't back crypto at all. No lies. I've lost too much cash there.
Joe, aren't you still holding copy?
Yeah, dude, I am.
It's not a loss if you don't sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But we'll see what happens, dude.
That's a terrible thing for me to say, bro. Shit.
Dude,
No, but I mean, it could go to the moon.
I read a article that, or what it was, I can't even remember what it was, but I read something the other day, and this guy said that he's done saying he's taken losses in trading. He's only taking realized drawdown at this point.
Realized drawdown.
That's
Good way to put it. Oh,
I love that, dude. I was laughing.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Solid. I can hear you, Oaks or Sapphirs. Yes, sir. Where are you from?
What is this?
South African.
Come on, Jared.
Okay. I would have taken that offensively. I would have been like, fuck
Fucking Sapphire. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
I only learned that word like 2019.
Exactly. And when last did you inform me what a sapphire was?
Check DXY weekly. Okay, I think you need to zoom out more. If you're zooming out, just go all the way. Go all the way. And also just start to tie it in with some fundamentals. With the Fed raising rates, you know, that's why we saw this rally up on the dollar. The Fed is still raising rates. In fact, the last meeting was the first meeting where they didn't raise. And even yesterday, Jerome spoke about it. He's not calling it a skip. He's not calling it a pause. They're just maintaining rates at this level. That's what he's calling it. But they are looking to raise rates higher and hold rates higher for longer. Go and look into interest rates. I'm not going to go through all of this today. We've spoken about it a lot, and I think it bores a lot of people. But I'm telling you guys, this is important stuff. Go and read up on interest rates and the effect they have on the respective currency. And then tie that in with the dollar being the world reserve currency. So with them having higher interest rates, like I say, we can see as they started to raise rates, we just surged here on the dollar. And we have had quite a strong retracement now. And this retracement, I believe, was mainly from hopes and expectations that the Fed would pivot from their current monetary policy path, which was the rate hike path. They were raising rates, and we saw that pullback, right? You've inevitably just pulled back into a very interesting level here. This is on a quarterly time frame. So look at this. 2017, we formed these highs. We were back at these highs 2020. For a period of 6 years, we did not break this level. It took a lot for us to break that level. And just because this is a higher time frame doesn't mean it's going to act any differently. You've got a perfect break and retest. As long as we are holding in and around this level, dollar is still very much bullish. Like I say, as the world reserve currency, with the fact that they're raising rates, that's going to keep the dollar in demand. You could even still see deeper pullbacks, and yes, this is a much higher time frame. So, you know, as like intraday traders, if DXY is getting deeper pullbacks, you are going to be riding out dollar weakness over the next few months if you do see a deeper pullback like this. But inevitably, I suppose, as long as you're above this level, you're still bullish here. But I see with them raising rates now, talking about, we've had quite a hawkish Fed since the last FOMC, and we saw yesterday as well. They very much talking about continuing to raise rates, hold rates higher for longer. I think that's going to lead us to find support here. I don't want to just predict that, you know, that's my expectations, and I'm going to just react to what price does. But yeah, like I say, just tying some fundamental stuff with it, what's going on with the interest rates, that kind of thing. Even the weekly, bro, I would say that the weekly here at this point actually does still look more bullish. Just based off last week's candle, finding support there at 102. You know, we had this aggressive pullback phase. We've just been ranging for the last couple months here on the DXY, actually throughout the year. But you're holding this 101 level very strong. Very, very strong. And like I say, I was actually expecting dollar to be a bit stronger after FOMC with the hawkish Fed, but we got deeper pullbacks here to 102. We've now found support, and we've still got that hawkish Fed. So what are the probabilities that, you know, this week's candle with the strong dollar data, we continue to move up this week? We're closing bullish this week. You know, we're looking pretty good to trend back up to here, above here. We'll need to see if we break above here, but then I'm expecting us to just slowly start trending back up to like 120. So just make sure you're getting that overall market image there. I think there's a lot more to it than what you're looking at right now.
These lows are ugly on gold, eh?
Yeah, no, it's chalked. Weak job started today will nuke the DXY. That's unemployment data is not really a high impact event. You've got this news every week. Unemployment claims come out every week. They're forecasting the same numbers as last week, and that's probably going to have very, very little impact. Unless these numbers are way lower, way higher, it's not going to have a major impact. The focus this afternoon will be GDP. Like I say, unless these unemployment claims come out way higher or way lower, it's not going to have a major impact. You literally have this news every week. I know it's a red folder, but let's be real. As long as it's in the range of like the last month or so, between 230, 270, it's probably not going to have a major impact. In fact, if numbers are good, it's just going to feed into that current dollar strength. Jared and names, bro.
Yo, dude, I'm not good at names, eh?
Not a good combo.
Jeez. Is that what Wayne was speaking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
So
oh,
I'm
I see.
100% sure Jared won't say your surname correctly.
Yeah, I know, dude. Okay. Very good.
No.
Mashodi.
Don't even. Hey, say it again.
Mashodi. Am I right, Ty?
I won't lie. I think that's a good attempt. I would probably say something similar.
Let's see if I'm correct. Jeez, Connor was trying to stop me. Like, I was gonna butcher this guy's.
And then you said that, I was actually quite impressed. It might be wrong, but it
Thank
sounds
you.
right.
Yeah. I'll try my hardest, bro.
If you get it right, I'll be very surprised.
Thank you. You guys just think so men of me. I don't know
I
why.
thought you were gonna say Melody. Melody.
Definitely Masodi.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know you all owe me an apology. I want a written apology. Thank you. It'd be nice.
A written apology.
Yeah, a little bit of respect to my name wouldn't be far off.
You gotta win a
Oh,
chess
true.
game first before you get an apology from me, Jared.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's not happening. Yeah.
J Power is doing nothing today, bro.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna call it, gents.
But before you go, bro, we need to hear from Ty.
Ty, let us know, bro. Was that right? What Papa Paul say? Papa Paul. J Powell.
Oh.
Papa Paul. Let me check Twitter. Like I say, guys, he's been quite vocal lately. I don't think he's gonna bring any new information now.
Ty's on, bro.
The majority of the FOMC sees 2 more rate hikes by year end. We know that. The process of getting inflation down to 2% has a long way to go. We know that. Yeah, I don't think he's going to say anything new. So, hawkish statements, but, you know, nothing new. Looks like we'll probably see some pullbacks through London. Maybe see if we get those sales heading up for New York. But guys, that's gonna be my morning. It's pretty slow here today. Yeah, looking like we're having a hard time breaking these lows. Just consolidating here. I could see the pullbacks now, possibly, like I say, even up to 1910, maybe even deeper to 1913. But I'm not too interested in these bars for the morning. I want to wait for the sales to set up. And if they don't, then tomorrow's another day. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And yeah, also end of the month, end of the quarter. So in no rush here. to be forcing positions. I would suggest the same for everybody else. Take it easy, guys. Thank you for joining today. Appreciate all of you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.
Yes, thanks everybody.